Thank you, First Minister. In light of the Bryson case, do you think that the current procedures and policies for assessing where a trans prisoner who's committed a sexual offence should go are appropriate? Are they the correct policies? And if so, why are they the correct policies? And if not, why not?
The Scottish Prison Service has been dealing with these cases, and Phil Fairley from the Scottish Prison Officers Association said this one morning last week when he was interviewed, have been dealing with these cases now for many years. The very high-profile case that has been reported in recent times has drawn a lot of attention, but the Prison Service has been dealing safely and effectively and making decisions safely and effectively about transgender prisoners for years now on the basis of the arrangements and the risk-based assessment processes that are in place. And I have confidence in those. We clarified last Sunday the situation around those convicted of crimes that involved violence against women, including sexual violence against women, and I think that was the right thing to do. But the last point I would make, of course, is that there is an ongoing review of these policies that has been underway within the Scottish Prison Service for some time and is now reaching its conclusion, and I think therefore it would be premature to say any more ahead of the conclusion of that review.
But the difference between the Bryson case and every other case is that you personally intervened. You, through government officials or First Minister, through your own ministers, told SPS you were really, really unhappy that Bryson was being held in Gorton Vale and you made clear in Parliament that you wanted Bryson out of Gorton Vale. So clearly you weren't happy with the procedure that had left Bryson in that women-only facility. So that's why the Bryson case is entirely relevant to what you think about the current policies and the way in which people like that are being managed in the prison estate.
I understand the question. I think it's important, though, that in terms of, well, there was two cases, Isla Bryson and the other case, which was a potential transfer from one prison to another, that was reported last week. Both of those hadn't reached final decisions. The risk-based assessments were underway, and in Isla Bryson the decision was a decision by the Scottish Prison Service. Yes, the Scottish Prison Service was aware of my views and Minister's views, but it was a decision they reached, and there is absolutely nothing in either of these cases to suggest that the risk-based assessment process wouldn't have reached the point that the clarification of policy that we made last Sunday would have taken you to. So I think it's important to be clear here that in both those cases, these processes, slightly different processes, given that one was a newly convicted prisoner and one was an existing prisoner within the estate, but nevertheless these processes were underway, and it's those processes I do have confidence in, albeit they have been under review for some time, and we will see what the outcome of that review is. Andy,